Hi, Cliffords. I am going to start our read aloud. Now, our story is one that I actually have never read all the way through before. It's called A Hare Raising Tale. And here is our main character, the dog. His name is Fletcher. Um, and on the back, here's another picture of him. Oops, can't get my fingers to work right. Oop, there I go. Fletcher. And on the back of pretty much every book, it's got a little blurb about what the story is all about. It's like a little ad or commercial, gives you a kind of feel of what the whole thing is going to be back. Also, Xander is roaming around, so you might see him in the background because he's a desperate for affection kind of boy. So, who's got the bunny? Fletcher's no ordinary basset hound. In the first place, his markings form a map of the world. In the second place, his best friend is a flea. Fletcher and his flea pal Jasper have survived a lot together. Life on the streets, incarceration at the pound, even a flea bath. But now Fletcher has a new home with Jill, and things are looking up. Until Jill and her best friend Gwen take Fletcher to school for show and tell. Just like we do. And the class pet rabbit disappears. Everyone knows hounds and hares don't mix. Fletcher is accused of having done the bunny in. Can he, with a little help from Jasper and Jill and Gwen, sniff out the real rabbit napper before it's back to the pound for Fletcher? Here's our little guest star today. Xander, say hello. Say hello. Anyway, so that's what the story is going to be about. A Hare Raising Tale by Elizabeth Levy, illustrated by Mordecai Gernstein. And here, my friends, is the table of contents. Table of contents tells me what's in every chapter. I don't know why I'm going like that. So it says 1 is love is the biggest mystery of all. 2, the life of a flea is very fleeting. 3, meet a very nasty rabbit. 4, is this the face of a rabbit killer? 5, banned for life. Oh no, that sounds bad. And number 6 is the twitching clue. I'm just going to read Love is the biggest mystery of all today. Chapter 1. Love is the biggest mystery of all. Just because I'm a sleepy-eyed basset hound who doesn't... Let me start again. See, kids, adults make mistakes, and then we mess up and we fix them. Starting all over again. Ready? Just because I'm a sleepy-eyed basset hound doesn't mean I don't have a very big brain. With my brain cells, I can solve mysteries and tell tales that will make your hair stand on end. Speaking of a tale with a hare in it, you'll meet Anakin, the nasty rabbit in question. First, let me introduce you to my 3 best friends. 2 are human. 1 is a flea. To some people, my friendship with a flea may sound mysterious or weird. It isn't to me. I was born a purebred basset hound. My first few weeks with Mom were warm and milky, and I was happy. Mom worried about me more than the other pups, though. I was born with a stubby tail. Basset hounds are supposed to have long, sweeping tails. Mom said that meant I'd never make it into the dog show world. The day before my brothers and sisters and I were shipped to the pet store, Mom told me to be proud of my unusual markings. Maybe you didn't notice them? All my brown spots are in the shape of the continents. Did it do me any good? At the pet store, humans picked out little fluff balls when I was with the whole world map on me. One by one, my brothers and sisters found homes. Not me. After a few months, the pet store owner needed room in the window for the younger pups. I got kicked out the back door. Aw. I was on the streets. I was on my own. As the weather got colder, my life became more miserable. I ate some things that embarrassed even me. Then there were the fleas. I was scratching one day when I heard a voice say in my ear, "Hey, that hurts." It was the first time I had a flea talk. "Get out of my ear," I told him. "My name is Jasper. I'm just out of the cocoon. Give me a break." "Why should I? Look, suppose we make a deal. I'll tell all the other fleas to leave, What's one flea? You're a big dog. I sighed. Can you really get rid of the others? I asked him. All the fleas I know travel in crowds. Oops, I forgot to show you the picture, friends. Here's the picture. Whoops. Here we go. There's the picture. And, whoops, everything is backwards, so I'm really confused. There is my friend Fletcher. I'm not an ordinary flea. I'm not an ordinary dog, I said, and it hasn't done me much good. No human wants me. Oh, there's Xander in the background. Well, I do, said Jasper, perched right above Italy on my ear. Sure, you're a flea. Fleas always want dogs. I could entertain you, said Jasper. No jaguar jumps in the jungle like Jasper. I can see you like tongue twisters, I said. I like anything that twists, said Jasper. He did a triple flip from one ear to the other. That was pretty spectacular, I had to admit. If I were a 4-foot human, I could jump over a 20-story building. Jumping Jack Jasper at your service. I kind of like that. Jumping Jack Jasper at your service. Here are the pictures. Whew. Here, oops, there, excuse me, that is Jasper. Ooh, 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 there it is, right on his ear. And over here, oops, again, everything is backwards. Here's Fletcher talking to Jasper. Oh. I don't need a flea, I said. I need a human to take care of me. I'm looking for about one, I'm sorry, let me try that again. I'm looking for one about 8 or 9 years old. Oh, look, kind of close to your age. They're old enough to take me for walks and feed me, and young enough to have time for snuggling. Jumping is not something I'm interested in. We can be a team. I'll do the jumping, you do the lying down. Did you know I can jump 30,000 times without stopping? Yikes. He started jumping from one side to the other. It tickled. But I have to admit, with each jump, he must have said something to the other fleas, because one by one, they left. Jasper settled back down near my ear. I told the others to find their own dog. It's you and me. What's your name? I don't know yet. My mother told me I'd know the right one when a human said it. It's one of the trade-offs. We let them name us, they feed us and cuddle us for life. Suddenly, Jasper yelled, "Watch out!" But it was too late. Something large and stringy landed on us. We were trapped. He looks like a stray, I heard a human voice say. My mom warned me to never let humans think I was a stray. But what could I do? I was caught in a net, and so was Jasper. Why do people call it the shelter? It was crowded with more dogs and cats than I'd ever seen in one place before. The noise, it was driving me crazy. I could barely sleep with all that yapping. And I was worried. Humans came and went, but once again, nobody picked me. Aww. Mom warned me that if I ever found myself in a shelter, I had to get out in 3 days or else. She never told me what or else was, but I knew it wasn't good. My 3 days were almost up. Jasper, I said, it's time to leave me. I said, jump onto one of the other dogs. Save yourself. Wait, we still have a chance, said Jasper. Look at those 2 young humans who just came in. They're exactly the age you were looking for. Go up and smile at them. One of the girls was a redhead with a big smile. The dark-haired one had braces and looked more serious. Jill asked the mother, do you see one you like? You know, Jill, said the dark-haired one, as your best friend, I'm glad you brought me along. I know lots about picking out a good dog. Think of what a great pet Bernie is. Jill stared at her. Gwen, Bernie's your goldfish. Goldfish aren't anything like dogs. That's Xander in the background, chewing his bone. I hope that doesn't distract you. Gwen ignored her. Look for one that swims in quick circles and doesn't look bored. I'm not looking for a goldfish. I've got a list, said Gwen, taking out a piece of paper. Xander always thinks the phone's for him for some reason. I don't understand why, but what are you going to do? 1. This is Gwen's list. Big, bright eyes. I widened my eyes. 2. Damp, cool nose. Jasper tried to fan my nose while I gave it a quick lick with my tongue. Lots of energy. I wiggled my whole body. Doesn't flight. Does she think I can fly? I asked Jasper. Then I realized that because Gwen wore braces, her her F's came out funny. She was looking for a dog who didn't fight, not one who didn't fly. A skinny dog pushed her way past in front of me. I kept my temper and didn't growl. In fact, I lay down. My eyes started to close. Here's the picture of Fletcher with his wiggling body, wide eyes, and licking tongue. Oops. Did it again. You see him? I don't know. He looks a little crazy to me there. Jill shook her head. Jill's mother looked relieved. I have to admit, I was... Wait a minute. I think I maybe... I did skip a page. That didn't sound right. Keep awake, said Jasper. Run around a little. Remember, that's what they're looking for. Running around just isn't in me, I said. You want to get out of here, don't you? Said Jasper. I gave it a whirl. I did a little dance. The problem was that the other dogs were jumping and yelping in front of me. Who can blame them? They all wanted to go home. Gwen kept bossily pointing out the other dogs that Jill should get. None of them was me. Look how high that one jumped, she said about the Brittany Spear Point. That girl is pure miniature greyhound. I don't want a dog thinner than I am, said Jill's mother under her breath. It would be like having a fashion model in my house. How about that one, said Gwen, about a terrier with a high-pitched yip. Here is Jill, her mom, and Gwen. Oops, keep doing that. Oops, there we go. That's Jill's mom at the top, and Gwen and Jill. Jill shook her head. Jill's mother looked relieved. I have to admit, I was really worried. I thought these girls were never going to choose me. Then a miracle happened. Hey, said Gwen, tapping her teeth with one hand and pointing to me with the other one. That one looks like planet Earth. She pointed to the edge of the cage where I was lying. Jill reached her finger in and gently touched my ear. I loved the feel of her fingers. He's got Italy on one ear, the home of pasta and pizza, said Gwen. My rear end started to twitch. He's a wagging globe, said Jill. Here, little globe. He's a canine geography lesson, shouted Gwen. Mrs. Neville would love him. My big brown eyes looked straight at Gwen and Jill. It was one of those moments. I know it sounds sappy, but I felt our hearts meet. Then I closed my eyes. I had been disappointed before. Other humans had looked at me and picked someone else. This knucklehead. Sanderson, do you have to do that right here? Thank you, Buggy. What a knucklehead. He went back to sleep, said Gwen. That's a bad sign. I don't think you should pick him. Then Gwen took out a sandwich. It was the first time I had ever smelled the rich, spicy, juicy smell of salami. It changed my life forever. I uncurled myself. My short, stubby tail wagged back and forth and beat to the beat of a band. Gwen took a piece of salami from her sandwich and handed it to me. I swallowed it and licked her fingers. She giggled. I think he's the one you should get, said Gwen. Me too, said Jill. Mom, can we take him? Oops. I keep trying to turn too much. This is a very important lesson, said Jill's mother. You'll have this dog for a long time. You'll probably still have him when you're in high school. Gwen and Jill looked at each other and then at me. He's the one, they repeated. Jill's mother smiled. Well, I like him too. I like a dog that's a little chubbier than I am. The moment that a human and a dog choose each other is one of the greatest mysteries of the universe, said to Jasper. Just don't leave me behind, said Jasper. Wherever you go, I go. And that is the end of chapter 1, my friend. I hope you enjoy it. I want you to tell me what you think of Jasper so far. Just tell me what you think. I'm going to show you this picture again. Ooh, I'm doing it again, going backwards. See his little cute little face? I can't even stand it. Anyway, so you are going to tell me what you think of Fletcher and Jasper if you'd like. I know it's kind of weird to think of a flea as a pet, but I kept praying mantises before, so that works for me. All right, I'll talk to you soon, my friends.